Ms. Hart, this is Mary, the dietitian. Today we're going to make artichoke dip. Now this dip is a great healthy substitution for the dips that we usually have at parties where you're using a higher fat ingredient such as sour cream. We're going to be using 1% low fat cottage cheese today, so the calories are going to be so much more decreased. And what we're going to be using are artichokes, and studies have shown that artichokes can actually give you a lot of nutritional benefits. One is they may be able to help with lowering your cholesterol. They also may give you a lot of added fiber. So a whole artichoke, and right here we're just having the hearts of the artichoke. So that's just the center part. But if you have a whole artichoke, it's about 7 grams of fiber. So it has a lot of nutritional benefits. So we're gonna drain the artichokes first and drain out all of that water, and then we're gonna put those in the food processor first because those need to kind of get chopped up before you start adding the cottage cheese, and we're gonna add a little bit of Parmesan cheese as well. So we're gonna turn that on here and chop those up really well. And then we're gonna add our 1% cottage cheese. And I usually use either a large container or 2 of these smaller containers. And just add it right in. Sour cream you can have that in moderation, but with the Mediterranean diet, the plant-based diet, we really wanna have less of the higher saturated fat food. So sour cream is more of the saturated fat. So this cottage cheese is a wonderful substitute. Now some people say that the curds of the cottage cheese might not be desirable in a dip, but that's what happens when you put it in the food processor. Then you don't have to worry about that. It kind of all crunches up together and the consistency ends up being really creamy. So we have about 1/3 cup of Parmesan cheese, and we're gonna mix that up all together. Once that's all mixed in, what we're gonna be doing is adding a little bit of red pepper, maybe just 1/4 teaspoon. Now you can leave out the red pepper if you want, but it does add a little bit of dimension and a little bit of spice to it, which is nice. And then you want to just make sure that the artichoke remnants around the top are kind of pushed back down into the food processor so everything gets blended up nicely. This dip is also wonderful hot. You can add spinach or other vegetables to it, and you can heat it up either in the microwave or in the oven. It doesn't stand up for a long period of time. So what you would want to do is make this, heat it up, and eat it pretty soon after that. Because of the cottage cheese, there's more water, so it could separate a little bit more quickly than a sour cream dip, but it's so much healthier and so many fewer calories. All right, and that is it. It is not a very complicated dip, but it is delicious, and we are gonna put it right here in the center of our hors d'oeuvres. And you can see that the consistency is definitely more creamy now, and you can't really tell the cottage cheese is in there at all. And then we have, I'm serving it today with either chips, so you could do a baked chip, that would be fine, or a tortilla, which would be whole grain, or how about some veggies? It looks delicious right here with these carrots, and it's ready to go. So the other thing you want to do is, the paprika. You can add the paprika as a little garnish, making it beautiful, and that doesn't really change the flavor a lot, but it does give you a nice, beautiful presentation. All right, so here's the artichoke dip. Mediterranean based, really good for your heart, helps lower your cholesterol, and a lot of added fiber. All right, so enjoy it. Thanks for joining me today.